Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. For the new viewers, my name is Slowbee, and I got a fun one for you today. It's cooling off here in New York, so I'm starting to get into the fall spirit. Got my apple cider the other day, got some of them apple fritters from the farm that I like, and I decided to buy myself a pumpkin. And I had this fun idea of cooking a full chicken inside a pumpkin. So today we're going to carve out the pumpkin. I'm going to line it with some oil, going to get the chicken all seasoned up, wrap it up. I might wrap it up in tin foil. I don't know, I've never done anything like this before, so I don't know what to expect. I'm getting fire rolling right now, and as soon as I get that pumpkin carved up and everything set up, we're going to put that pumpkin straight in the fire and let it cook for a few hours. I don't know if it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. We'll base it off on how charred the outside gets, and then we'll see what happens from there. So let's get everything set up. I'll show you what I got going on. This is my setup. We got a 6-pound roaster. Nice big pumpkin. I'm going to carve it out, get all the gunk from the inside of it, and I'm going to stuff this chicken inside of it. I'm going to season the chicken with this jerk spice seasoning. You guys seen me use it before on the corn on the cob when I soaked it in the cooler. And I'm going to put some olive oil inside the pumpkin, and I'm going to put some olive oil outside the chicken too. So we're going to do the olive oil, then the seasoning onto the chicken. And here's all the utensils. We got the knife, we got a ice cream scoop to carve out the pumpkin, got a spatula or whatever you want to call that thing. And then I got about 5 skewers. So once I get the top off the pumpkin, I'm going to use the skewers to hold it shut. I was going to use some bamboo sticks, but I couldn't find any, but I found the metal ones instead, so I think they'll work just as good. So let's get to it, guys. The first thing we're going to do is lop the top of this pumpkin off and get it carved out so we can get the chicken put inside it. So let's get going. We're going to keep it simple, guys. We're not going to do it perfect like we're going to be putting a name or anything on here. We're just going to carve it out. Guys, comment below. Let me know how you think this is going to come out. I'm definitely curious of what's going to happen here. The next step, we're going to prep the chicken. I just want you guys to know I'm not following any specific recipe. This was just an idea I had, and I'm just putting some stuff together. I don't make my own like seasonings and stuff because there's a lot out there I really like. So if it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it. And hopefully some of my ideas will give you guys some good ideas to change it, make it your own. I'm not trimming anything off the chicken because I feel like in this project, the more of the chicken I have, the better off I'll be in the long run. But we really won't know until we pull this chicken out of the pumpkin when it's done cooking. I'm going to saturate this thing in olive oil. That's what this is for. We're going to put a hefty covering of the seasoning on this. To get some of that seasoning underneath the skin, gives the chicken more flavor. I bought a wet jerk seasoning, Walker's Wood I think it's called, and I like using it to make jerk chicken. When I bought it on Amazon, and I bought this Island Spice jerk seasoning just to try it out. I think it's more of an allspice seasoning, but it's got like your different jerk flavors in it, and I've really enjoyed it ever since I bought it. I've been using it on every time I cook chicken on the grill. I'll marinate it a day or so before. We got the chicken all prepped, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to loosely wrap it too, guys. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing here. It was an idea I had and I'm running with it. And now we're going to get this chicken inside the pumpkin. Alright guys, so the bottom of the pumpkin's kind of thin. So I'm going to do I don't know if this will help. We're gonna make a small square with a tin foil, and we're gonna put it right on the bottom of the pumpkin. I'll show you. So I want to get some of this olive oil inside the pumpkin. No real reason. So we're going to tip it on its side and just take the baster thing and spread it. I have no intentions of eating the pumpkin, but if it will give everything else, if it will help give the chicken flavor, the olive oil, then I'm all about it. Moment of truth, guys. Check it out. Like I said, let me know in the comments below if you think this is a good idea. I'm excited to see how this comes out. The farther into it I get, the more interested I'm getting. So we're going to take the skewers now, we're going to stab them straight down. I had 4 skewers, but 3 will definitely work. Guys, check it out. Inside that pumpkin is a 6-pound chicken, all seasoned up with jerk seasoning. We got a little olive oil in there. We wrapped it in tin foil, and then we put a little piece of tin foil on the bottom of the pumpkin because the bottom part's kind of thin. So I wasn't sure if it's going to burn through or not. So we're definitely going to see what happens for dinner tonight. If you like this type of video, crush the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I'm uploading videos, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm interested to see what goes on with this. I'm sure you guys are too. I look forward to dinner tonight. Guys, we got the pumpkin staged in the front of it. Hopefully that thing's strong enough to hold it up because the pumpkin's pretty heavy with the chicken inside of it. So now we're gonna go over there and we're gonna push it in. And then hopefully in a couple hours, we'll have ourselves a nice chicken dinner cooked inside a pumpkin. Sounds cool to me. Happy fall, guys. Guys, we did it. Now we just gotta wait for it to cook, and we gotta wait for the fire to start to burn underneath it, and once that happens, we should be game on. I'm thinking it's gonna take about 2 hours, give or take. I want it done before dark. That's my goal. We'll see you at the next check-in. Guys, the key to doing this stuff is patience, and that's something that I'm struggling with right now. Usually I'm pretty good about like the brick oven and even doing other outdoor cooking stuff like steak, chicken, and the char griller. Doing the pumpkin, I'm only like 10 minutes in and I'm already like struggling with my patience because it's starting to char on the outside, and I just don't know. I don't know what to expect because I don't know how to cook it. This was my idea. I figured because the pumpkin was nice and juicy that it wouldn't break down right away and chicken would cook with the steam and stuff on the inside. Obviously we have a lot of ways to go, but I want to just show you the progress in like it's been about 10-15 minutes. We got good flame around it and I'm starting to smell pumpkin. It seems like it's working so far. It's obviously too early to tell, but again, patience is key, and that's something I'm just gonna have to deal with right now, which is okay with me. One of the things I wanted to happen was to have a nice fire going all the way around the pumpkin, and that's actually starting to work out for me. I built a little tower on top of the grate, so as the flames come up, they'll start on fire. And we just gotta get the flame into the front of the pumpkin, and then that part of my goal will be done. Guys, we're doing a 20-minute check-in. The pumpkin's scorched right now. Like I said, my patience is being tested. We're not going to know unless we wait this thing out. So let's check on the progress. What's for dinner? Hopefully chicken. Guys, I'm actually starting to think this might work. I'm just checking out the pumpkin, and the skin's actually pretty hard, and the outside of it's charring kind of like wood is. So I touched it with a piece of wood I just tapped on the outside, and it's still pretty solid. So I'm pretty excited now, because I didn't let my patience get the best of me, and we're about 40 minutes in. We'll do another quick check-in and we'll move on. See, look how the side of that is charring. I thought it would just melt away, but it's staying pretty hard though. Guys, we're gonna do a thermometer check with the infrared thermometer. So in the char area right there, that's burning at about 850 degrees. The very front of this pumpkin is burning at about 700 degrees. The left side of it in the char area is burning about 850 degrees. And then the top is burning at about 300 degrees. I think doing these temperatures is important because I had no clue what to expect. And now that the pumpkin's not breaking down in the mush, I have faith that it's working like an oven on the inside of it. So I'm guessing 2 hours in the fire like this, the chicken should be baked on the inside. That's the trouble with this project. Once we pull the chicken out, we no longer have a project. So if it's not done, we're screwed. And if it's done, I made myself look like a genius. So what's gonna happen is if it's not done, I think it will be, I'm gonna end up probably putting it in a pan and finishing the rest of it in the oven, if it's not destroyed. So time will tell. We're getting there. We're getting close to the hour mark. And then from there, we'll see what happens next. As I always say, we'll see what happens next. Guys, it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. The pumpkin's looking really good. I noticed the bottom's starting to shrink a little bit because of all the heat. And there's a little gap in the top. And I know the top's sitting on top of that chicken. I think we're actually in pretty good shape. So I decided what I was gonna do is when these flames burn away, because it's been under hot flames for about an hour and 15 minutes now, I'm just gonna let it cool off while the fire cools off. And then once there's just a pile of coals there, I think I'm gonna end up pulling the pumpkin and chicken out of there. And we're gonna check on it. So we're not doing anything fancy tonight, guys. I'm just gonna try the chicken. If it's good, I'm gonna eat it. If it's not, probably go in the house and make romaine noodles or something. Guys, that's our last look before we pull this thing out. There's about 10 minutes to go. There is a little separation between the top and the bottom, so that makes me a little nervous because I'm hoping that a lot of that heat didn't escape out of there, and then it will leave the chicken undercooked. But in about 10 minutes, we're gonna pull this thing out and see how this pumpkin cooked this chicken. Wish me luck. Comment below what you think. Good or bad? All right, guys, it's 6:30 and we're gonna pull this pumpkin and chicken out of there. I think with the pumpkin, I'm just gonna cut it in half and throw it in the fire and let it burn. But for you people that like squash and stuff, I'm almost positive you can take a bunch of butter and brown sugar and scoop it out and mix it up. I'm not a squash fan. I know my dad is, but he won't be home for a few days. So there's no sense of me really keeping the pumpkin. So I am gonna get that nice chicken out of there though. So let's get the camera set up and we'll get that pumpkin out of there and we'll see what's what. This is what we're gonna see. Guys, I'm pleasantly surprised. Wait till you see the inside of this pumpkin. It's not burnt. It's just like cooking, steam. It probably steamed the chicken. I'm starting to hope the chicken's done. We'll see in time though. Guys, I failed. I think the mistake I made was putting the tin foil on the chicken. The chicken was in there for 2 hours and it got super hot. And I think the pumpkin was just steaming it. So I think if I would have had the tin foil off, it would have cooked through. But check it out. I checked the temperature, it was 100 degrees. Still raw. I mean, it was starting to cook. So I'm gonna go get the oven turned on in the house because obviously the pumpkin's gone now. And I'm just gonna put it on probably 350 degrees and cook it for another hour and have myself some dinner. Let's chalk this one up as a loss. Obviously, I'm still posting the video, but I have a funny feeling I'm gonna be trying this again because I'm not settling for that. I'm not settling for a loss. So we'll see what happens here. Let me get this chicken thrown in the oven quick and then we'll move on. So I knew, guys, as soon as I took it out of the pumpkin, I had a funny feeling because it really wasn't hot to the touch. I'm gonna throw it in the oven in the house We'll get it cooked up and then we'll wrap this video up. I'm very disappointed, as you can probably tell in the tone of my voice. So we'll see you when we come back. Guys, welcome back. I just pulled the chicken out of the oven in the house. I'm pretty bummed about this. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm not the type of person that if I take a loss in a video, I'm not going to not post the content. Although I'm bummed that happened, it was definitely a good learning experience. And I'm definitely going to try cooking in a pumpkin again, because I think it was going to work. I just have to make a few adjustments and cook stuff longer, and probably not use the tin foil. So let me show you the finished product. Even though it's not cooked, listen, I probably could have cooked it in that pumpkin for about 4 hours and it would have been okay. I stopped at 2 hours because I saw the outside temperature of the pumpkin was pretty high, and I thought 2 hours would be pretty good. And I did it for an extra hour in the house, and it cooked fairly quick. I put it on 350 and the legs and stuff are falling off, so it wasn't a total loss, but it's not how I wanted things to turn out. So check it out. So we're gonna rip a leg off this thing, guys, and give it a try. So here we go. I do love that jerk seasoning. I said the exact name of it. You can get it on Amazon. It comes right from Jamaica. It's a great seasoning. It's not like the wet rub, but it's nice if you put a little olive oil in it and you marinate your chicken in it overnight and then slow grill it with the olive oil on the chicken. It comes out great. Good stuff, guys. So it's not a total loss. Still good chicken. It is what it is. Guys, I'm eating a lot later than I like. We had the chicken. Things didn't go as planned, but we still have some good meat to eat. Like I said, I'm not one that's just gonna get rid of all my content just because I wasn't happy with how it turned out. I want you guys to see the real-time content, what happened. Maybe you want to try it and you want to learn something from it. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Each day I pick up a new subscriber or two, and then it excites me. I've been enjoying all these videos I've been making. I've been learning so much from it. And like I said, guys, thank you so much for supporting me. And we'll see you next time.